My role at Maersk is that I'm heading the Finance, Transformation and Transition vertical for the Maersk Global Service Centers. The Maersk Global Service Centers is the captive service center branch for the A.P. Møller - Maersk Group. The business issues we were facing at the wake of the SAP implementations were that we were faced globally with a lot of process variants as well as quite an extensive use of Excel in our day-to-day business. We realized quite early that we had to figure out a more structured way of both getting rid of the process variants that the end users had to remember when they were executing the processes, as well as getting a more structured environment to host our Excel macros in, because that would be a reality moving forward as well. When we had faced our business issues, we decided to go through a selection process of trying to find a solution for, or technology solution for that challenge that we were facing. We decided to go out and speak to third-party BPOs and captive BPOs and look at what was best practice in the market. We very early zoomed in on 3 potential, technology providers that could actually, we thought could deliver a solution for us. We did invite them on site in our service centers to try and find out if they actually were able physically with their products to deliver that solution, and we ended up zooming in on 2 companies. We then took it to a level of doing a detailed business value assessment. That business value assessment they did with their own methodologies, where Windshuttle just took it to a step further and actually went in and took out our own, transactional levels, and were able for us to showcase the individual benefit from transactions that we would get from deploying Windshuttle. We were able to see on a very detailed level the benefit for Windshuttle on each individual transaction code we were actually using inside SAP. That did enable us to do a more specific and very precise business case, because we knew also that we wouldn't be able to deploy Windshuttle on every single corner of SAP that we were using. So we actually were able to pick and choose, also in combination of other existing projects, and therefore actually did end up with a very, very targeted business case and realistic business case of where actually we wanted to deploy Windshuttle. Once we had went through the selection process, what actually convinced us to buy the Windshuttle platform was in essence 3 parameters. The most important, of course, that's the cost versus value. So we did believe that we actually had a good value proposition and a good business case. In addition to this, we also saw a ease of use for our end users. At least our perception would be that it would be easy for the end users to relate to and apply Windshuttle. And to the very last point also, I think it was the whole role and the way that the Windshuttle project team actually interacted with us that gave us a good perception of that it wasn't only a matter of selling a product, but actually there would be quite an extensive follow-through once the product had been sold to make sure we actually got up and running and that we would get the maximum business value out of the platform that actually we had purchased. Once we had gotten the deal signed, we decided very early on a deployment strategy and a project organization. We did a technical implementation where our IT branch was liaising directly with Windshuttle to get the technical platform and the SharePoint platform up and running. From a process point of view, we created a project team centrally in our service center out in Pune, and we put project teams together in every of the 4 sites that we have where we do financial transactions that were then focused as developers. Those project teams then in the first 2 months started running through looking at the BVA. They started looking at what transactions should be shortlisted for the phase 1 of the project, which was basically developing basic scripts and getting familiar with the product itself. Once we had done that, we started looking at how could we in a structured way move an idea from an idea stage onto actually practical implementation, still by securing and validating against our internal IT norms. So doing stress testing against our platform and also validating the quality of the script so it didn't have an adverse impact on other parts of the process. Once we then had the technical platform as well as the basic methodology up, we then kicked off the project after about 3 months with a phase 1. And we did test that methodology during the phase 1 of the project. Once we had the technical platform up and running, we had to select how to deploy Windshuttle in a phased manner. So we broke our project into two parts, a phase 1 and a phase 2. The phase 1 we were focusing on the mass transactions within our platform, and on a phase 2 we're then getting more advanced in terms of using the Form Central, the query function and workflow from the technology stacks. Right now we are getting to the end of phase 1, and we've been able to use Windshuttle for a little bit more than 10 specific transaction codes within our SAP platform, where we are also seeing the mass volume of our transactions. The number of users we have on the platform today, I would say, is generically divided into two sets of people. The first are the developers, and we have 10 developers over 4 sites that are using the tool to actually develop the scripts, store the scripts, and then advance the testing until production. And we have a little bit more than 125 people that are today then actively using the Windshuttle by registering the transactions and pushing them into SAP. The next phase now is our phase 2. In the phase 2, we have decided to get our arms around how to use Form Central, use the workflow tools as well. The major focus there is to enhance the collaboration experience for the end users and be able to push for a first-time right input or data capture in the process, much more than potentially just purely looking at efficiency gains from mass transactions. When we deployed the Windshuttle platform, we saw in essence 2 different parts of the value realization. The first part, of course, is the basic of seeing efficiency gains from having transactions being performed faster through the platform. And there we're simply seeing people either leaving the organization or being redeployed to other activities. When we started looking at the impact of Windshuttle being deployed, we also realized that we needed to look at the organizational design. We did see a higher degree maybe of first-time right capturing of data, and also a more effective process and efficient process. So with the teams reaching up to a size of 100 people, we needed to reconfigure those teams. We deployed a organization design workshop with our delivery teams to go through and validate the impact that this has had on their day-to-day life, and also come up with future design models for those teams. The main return on investment we have seen has been from running a more effective process actually on the mass volume transactions that we deployed phase 1. The effect of that, of course, been that people have either been, redeployed in the organization. In some instances also people have then left the organization, but mainly we have chosen to redeploy people into other activities that we have coming into our shared service organization. Looking at the overall level of the return, then actually 9 months into the project, we've already seen our investments being paid back if we annualize the savings that we have made so far. And that has predominantly come from, 2 or 3 mass transactions, the most important ones being posting of incoming payments. At the end of phase 1, we have actually, I think, realized that we're only scratching the surface on the real value realization from the deployment of Windshuttle. We do believe also, and we've seen it already now, outside of the core project scope, we actually have other parts inside our organization that are starting to get interested in using Windshuttle as part of their process scope as well. So we're now casting a much wider net as part of phase 2 and beyond. So what the limit is right now is difficult to say, but I definitely think that we have seen a much wider real value realization that we initially estimate as part of the business case. Our main challenge that we have at the moment is that we have a desire to use standard SAP to the maximum extent possible. What we are now focusing on is trying to make Windshuttle part of a solution toolbox that can be used when people are looking to solve business solutions, both from a process and a technology angle. We have seen now already 9 months into the project the first examples of people starting to use that in that sense. It is still something that we need to review and try further, But I think the true value and the true success criteria from the implementation will actually come from people using it as part of a toolbox to further improve processes. What we have realized is that the core functionalities within Windshuttle are not only confined to be used on an SAP platform. We can actually use it to enhance even processes that do not touch the SAP platform. And I think that has been a very important realization for ourselves during the phase 1 of the project. The initial expectations we had from signing the contract was a very, close collaboration with the Windshuttle team to make sure we got the business value out of the investment. Looking back now over the 9 months, I must say that we have gotten the value and potentially also more than what we expected. We have seen a very close collaboration with both consultants and developers within Windshuttle. We have been part of sessions with the product teams, taking on ideas in terms of how can they further enhance the products that we are using. We have been going over detailed assessments on how do we actually gain the maximum benefits out together with our account manager. And here lately also we have had the Windshuttle team on site in our service center in Pune, which has actually given quite a lot of bottom-up input from the end users in terms of how are we using and deploying Windshuttle, but also enabled the project team from Windshuttle to point us in direction of reference customers where we potentially can learn even more from.